Except for one thing, doubt. Would this marathon end like the Philadelphia and Chicago marathons? Maybe I hadn't rested enough in the taper, or the ankle that was sore last week would give out, or the training method I used really was snake oil, and I'd end up a carcass being picked over by seagulls on the streets of Long Branch. No, I told myself, no, stop. That wasn't going to happen. That could not happen. I had no excuses. That day was do or be humiliated. I had the training. All I had to do was push my mind out of the way, get the hell out there, and run. Mom stopped just short of the entrance to Monmouth Park. I got out of the car, said goodbye to her with a squeeze of her hand, and walked to the start. Teenage me would be more stunned to see me at the starting line of a marathon than if I'd grown up to become a mermaid, a unicorn, a professional baseball player, or a mermaid riding a unicorn picking off runners at first base. I detested running growing up, though detested might be too kind a description. How about loathed, despised, hated with the burning of a white-hot fire? I wasn't anti-sport, I ran a lot, but that running had a purpose, to chase after a soccer ball or someone with a soccer ball, to get to first base, second, third, home. I was good, too. I was never that big or that tall, but I was stocky and solid, the inheritor of the bone structure of women who, for generations in Italy and Slovakia and Ireland and Scotland, relied on their wide hips and matching shoulders to survive both harsh living conditions and birthing the requisite 6 to 12 children each. I have a huge family on my mother's side, 20 cousins, so most of the girls and women I knew were related to me and built more or less the same, and I thought all women were like that. I kept up with the boys in games of tag or red light, green light played on the Belmore, New Jersey cul-de-sac where I grew up, or I beat them. I knew how to throw my weight around and was proud of it. I started playing soccer when I was 5, the kind of soccer where players on both teams hurried after the ball while kicking at each other's shins. I had no qualms about shoving my way through the herd. I was never the fastest player through middle and high school, but I would still be standing and running deep into the game. By then, the skinny offensive players on the other team, who were usually given that role because of their speed rather than their stamina, started to flag. While my ball handling skills weren't great, that didn't matter if I could still physically put myself between an offender and the ball, and if need be, knock her over with a well-placed shoulder to the chest. I was a wall of a defensive player in basketball, too, but gave up that sport because I didn't like playing indoors. My best game was softball. I picked it up in 3rd grade, made the town league's all-star team that year and then every year after. I wasn't the quickest in getting down the first baseline, but no one on my team could beat me in the hall from 1st to 3rd. Having the lead-off batter on 3rd base to start the game isn't a bad place to be. Despite all the running in softball and soccer games and practices, I never ran for the sake of running except when forced. That happened either through punishment of laps or suicide sprints for game errors, or from my dad deciding that I needed to get in better shape 2 weeks before the first high school soccer practice of the year. He expected me to get a scholarship to play softball in college, which is why I went to camps and batting cages in the off-season. Soccer would be a backup if softball didn't work out, and I needed to be ready for the upcoming season. I spent most of my summer in a campground at the Jersey Shore with my mom and siblings, while my dad worked during the week and came down on weekends. By late August, we'd come back home to get ready for the next school year. Those days, I'd be stretched across the couch after a long day of swimming in our above-ground pool that we jumped into via a stepladder, biking endless loops around our town looking for dirt trails, lawn mowing, or, when it was too hot to do anything, reading a book, usually from the Sweet Valley High oeuvre. "Jenny," my dad would yell when he walked in the front door, his dress shoes clicking on the tiled foyer floor. "Go run a lap." "It's too hot," I'd yell back. My father came home from work every day at 5:30, which sounds like a cooler time of day to run, but heat plus humidity plus August in New Jersey meant muck. Still, that late in the afternoon.